broadcast, guys, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy some CS with me over that week by the evening, day by day. So make sure you will follow up the chat rules before you say something, because I'm not gonna allow any kind of hateful speech or bad behavior into that. So keep it up and be kind to each other. What do they have? Insilio won the 9th round. What kind of side of the start they want to use on? So that's gonna be a CT for the Insilio. Everything is correct on the screen. Then, and let's talk about Mirage for the past 3 months. According to the HLTV.org, we have about 4 maps and 33% of the win rate on the Insilio side. Meantime, 15 records and 73% of the win rate for the Fluffy Gangsters so far. Decent stuff. But Insilio were playing against the Sinners into the Breach and Sasha for the past time, and Navi Jr. was the last of their enemies, and they managed to, Navi Jr. managed to beat up Insilio with a 13-3 score with the kind of decent stuff, and about 53% of the win rate based on the city side for the Insilio team. On this battleground, we're gonna take a look for the Fluffy Gangs a bit earlier, since PW making this open frag towards the A pit, and Highness is been taken down, and Yuramato just taking down PW instead, and FPS trying to hold it up. The same strategy with the same trades, with the same wave. Kinda clear trades, but the side player is locked in on the side of that spot, and Faded will take down Takanashi, but Selby and Paul will finish up that round with a clutch 1x2 himself. That was a beautiful double pick, but not enough to take down Paul from that round, surely. About the 4 maps win streak for the Fluffy Gangsters as well. BC, Bad Error, Fireflag, Sampi were eliminated, and more than 60% on the win rate based on the Airtaker side. Sounds pretty interesting. Let's take a look. But first of all, that's gonna be a Nick round, and no more about the guns or something like that. We're gonna have a little pause with that interaction. And that's it. 3-man stack, deepens mid, and over there will be only one guy, and Takanashi is stepping down. That was beautiful Pico, but especially against Deku. Another freeze all the round, and I predict the B rush towards the end. I would bet on it. But there is no mid-side control, and Fluffy Gangs, they have to be aware about the mid-side push that deep. And Paul still staying on top of this mid-area. FPS will be in charge of that pick-up with MP9, the first excluded. And another one will be for the Podell, but John will make a double kill with the Glock first of all, and the second one with the Desert Eagle Dill. Less than 30 seconds left, and you have to group up and do something with the bomb carry though, but although on the A side, but across this side, 2 more extra players and another player and B defender from the show directly will take them all, and Sugar will finish up their round and sending them for at the end. What's the next step for the FLG? 5 AKs, no early AWP, and maybe something about the straight execution. Couple utils on the board. The classic mid execution straight away, but it doesn't bring anything positive for that moment. The FLG will be in trouble in terms if they're not gonna push that up. They have to do something more attractive there. And the slightly tempo of the round about the 2 players deepens despawn. The extra player closed the underpass and another B holder straight from the apps inside of the B app. That's gonna be Takanashi and then Insilio not even try to push outwards over there. And that's it. That's gonna work out pretty well for them. The race marker of the B house, there is the nope then. That's the... And FPS is looking out for the pit, but there is a smoke. Another smoke is coming to the con. With it missing up the mid window control. And that's gonna be a bit split up, but 40 seconds left. You have anticipated. You have to be careful with the B house guy. And Sugar will be interacting with that. Surely he will. But he doesn't reach more than 1 kill there. And that's gonna be a fair trade with a 3x3 afterwards. FPS making kill over John. And 2x3 after the bomb plan was reached out. And Ines with a Yuramiata have to make another good pick up together. But they does not really know about that much people straight through the market. And FPS knock down Yura and another kill for PW and a clean retake of the B side together. Insilio making that with the good conditions, but they're still missing 2 players and they have to invest more and more money into the rebuy, but it doesn't really matter while you're still winning up. So here we go. Who'll win, Fluffy Gangsters or Insilio? If you want to ask me about my ball prediction for that series, I would rather go with the Insilio safe bet, to be honest. But we will see, because the underdog always could bring some adjustments to our opinion, our desires, I would say. And the Mirage map will be great. Great stuff for that best 3 matchup tonight. But I have to mention you that the first stage of the relegation series event of the ESL Challenger League 48 season in Europe does have a double eliminations. Double elimination bracket. That's why if you're gonna lose the first matchup, it will not be the last life of your team over the year. By Yura taking 3 guys alongside EA himself. That was a massive stuff with him. We were missing the rest of these tracks, but you know, I'm just a producer, I'm an observer, I'm a broadcaster, I'm everything on it, and the Yura as well. That's the Legionnaire of the FLG team, and now Sugar making that trade real. With another try with a clutch 1v3 first of all, and now he's 1x2. You saw the guy on the default area and making that kill real again. Here is a smoke on the default. You saw the last one as well, and that's gonna be a huge clutch. And Insilio is still right into the game. That was beautiful stuff. Quite unnecessary pick up with an AWP by Yura, but he was doing everything correct. A quad kill from his own side, and that was not enough to finish up the round with a win with an up and ahead. That was a huge moment, the huge play, and the huge stuff, but that's not the end over there. Another tryout for the FLG to resolve the issue. Maybe they will start to play around the mid side over the start. They have to bring that option on, but it seems pretty strange since Insilio investing about the 3 players onwards there. And Salby behind the white boxes, faded, picking up the smoke play. And Yura with the Sugar 3x3 afterwards. Extremely good pick up by Polt, and Salby being eliminated by Highness, making a trade towards the anchor, and that's gonna be another kill by kill, but still a slight advantage on the Insilio side by the 1 man. And Yura trying to clean up the side again. And the previous round, he was doing pretty great, pretty well, I would say. He was pushed out the side and making about 4 kills straight on the line. That was unstoppable. And here's a flashbang towards jungle. The bomb will be planted on the Fnatic spot. And Yura making kill against the FPS. And Highness also not gonna be that scared to pick off Pot towards Dalpin. 1-2. Sugar in another clutch. That important round for the economy. And that's gonna be hard decision making. There is an option to go up to the save with the nope. Another fake. Another pick off. Yura will not lose their run anymore, but it was that close to finish up with the same performance though. And that's gonna be another AWP save for FLG, and they're starting their road with the first round on the 5th of the first half now. Three M4s and couple pistols. That's all what the Insilio have right now. Couple smokes, couple flashbangs. Yura is in charge of that pick-off from the pit, but nobody was even trying to push onwards there. Is it best of 1 or best of 3? Is it best of 3, mate? So, on the first map, the second map will be Anubis and D-side if it will be needed. Gonna be Nuke. Feed it, making a double kill with the Highness instead, and the A side is under attack, but John also linked with the kill over Sugar, and the trade for LPS will not change anything alongside the map. Advantage still secure for the FLG, and they gotta be control. And they might force Insilio to step back to go up to the save. They should do that. Alright, Mr. EG Wounds, I'm not gonna allow any kind of hateful speech like that, so make sure you read the chat rules before you say something like this before. Or next time I have to ban you for the infinite time, so have fun. M4 and AK. Flashbang and Hinate, and that's all what do they have. Bonus of the losing rounds is not that high. Income about a 2k for each player right now. And that's gonna be the reset of the money. Alright, Paul right on the top with 100 ADR. The same for Sugar and FPS, but still, there is such a bad situation with their own money. They have to reinforce that immediately and somehow try to make their best with the damage of the economy of the enemy side team. Why do they play with the pole? I don't actually know the real issue with the standing and something like that, but you know, someone mentioned me that Paul will play instead of Kalen tonight, and that's why I did change that, but you're gonna ask me? I have no idea. Maybe Rachel will step up into the chat just in a bit and say something about it, or any management, or Wolina will be right here to say something about that, but Paul will try to say something else with the kill against Salby and John catching up that moment. The B exact is going on, and Sugar taking his own place with a single kill, and another trade by the trade over the side. PW with the P250 onwards there. He's alone on the back line. He doesn't have anything to play to interact with. The only pistol on his own hands and bomb carry. Stepping down, what a headshot is going on there! PW making this clutch 1-3 be real again. How it's supposed to be like that? PW! He was reading that round like a book, but that was not enough to reach that goal on. Wow, that was another beautiful clutch, but success rate of those actions is not that high. Because they have easier roster lock for this season. That's the real reason why. Thank you, Mr. Bisum. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Faded is taking play over Khan. Holt on top of the shore, and another Bianca is trying to be that close. The peak off of the shore with the 4-man squad there. Pinate towards under. And FLG step by step going more and more closer to reduce that advantage by the rounds. The resmoke of the con was not that comfort, and John used to be to clean up that window area first of all. In the meantime, the anchor is taking down, and the second guy over short also eliminated, and there is a free B-side control. Despite the fact that John was eliminated towards mid area 3x3 within the retake overs B, won't be that real reason to keep that fight on. You have to be careful if you really want to do that, so there is only one way to reach the target, to hit the round. And another mistake, and Euro with a highness making a double kill 1x1 and Peep W. He's trying to make a power play. He's trading the first, he's trading the second one. But what about the third guy onwards the side? And there was no more time anyways, and the Highness taking a deep dot over that round with a 4-4, and no more lead for the Insilio team for the first half this time. Because I have no rights to stream on the Russian language so far. I have no contracts with a Winline. I think they might be ambassador of the Russian language for the rest of the ESL or DreamHack or any kind of EFG event so far. So if you really want to see any kind of Russian broadcaster, you have to ask Winline about that, because I have no ideas why they don't really do that. That's really a rough question. So just forward everything to the Winline, just talk with them, and that will be resolved then. But now John is making that pick off for the underpass and nails the second frag of the round. PW is going more and more closer inside of the pit, and the highest will be aware about that. PW also out of this competition and this journey for the eco round is not going that good, but Faded, at least he tried to do something around side of net. And what a play with a 50-50 again! That was a pick off for the life. But there is no more chance to be alive afterwards, and Suga a bit late with a long time rotation from the B side to the A on Dalpon. The bomb has been planted right on the mid of the side, and Yura finishing Sugar on the CD lane. Alright, Mr. Traffic, I'm just not gonna give you a second chance. You're eliminated from that chat as well. So, ciao, ciao, mate. See you on the other stream. Nobody wants to have you there with this kind of bad behavior. No, they're not gonna give me any rights on the Russian language, I'm pretty sure. But and at the same time, I don't really want to do something like this. I'm pretty comfortable with my English language and the English streams as well, so I'm doing my practicing over that. And maybe this year you will find me on the English broadcast of the CS event. So far, let's focus up on the game, because that's gonna be another try of the Insilio team to settle up their defense side. By the nearest map, they were struggling for a long time already, and now they're trying to do something else. There was not a 3-man investment towards the mid, with the op close to the under behind the smoke. That brings a 4x4 situation, but the two players And look at this greedy position. Peep W. Another story written by John 8. This guy, he knows exactly where they are. Is there a stream with a better KD HUD? Bro, I don't think so. You can try to check this out over the hltv.org, but I'm using a native CS2 HUD, so I cannot do anything with that. I will take care of him if he does make a proper spoiler with the score. No worries, mate. I will take care of that. Spoilers are also not available there. Oh, read it. There's 2 frags. Brings him a good position and power play for the round. And finally, Insilio will turn back for the win after these 5 rounds of the lose streak. So that's gonna be a good point, but they still need to bring up their economy so hard. But otherwise, on the other hand, only 2 rounds left for the first half, and the first tactical timeout being used on FLG. Starting to think about the game. Ah, I got it. This guy was doing a spoiler. Alright. See you on the other stream, Mr. Potter. Insilio will take it easily, mate. I hope so. Have fun with this watching. Just cheer up for your favorites till the end and never give up. And one day, hard work will pay off. But in terms of the fractions, something about the stats and numbers on this scoreboard is as far as you can see, only Paul still stick to this 100 ADR on the top of the scoreboard. Meantime, we are missing this top mid frag. I'm so sorry for that, guys. I was way greedy with the stats. What I used to be like. Highest. Making this taps and pick off straight through the apps, but they reject that by the last seconds. Salby with the bomb carry and a slight advantage for the FLG. Since the start, they're grouping up together to make a proper A execution with the 3 smokes, 3 mollies, and a single flashbang in their backpacks. EWP for FPS in that close range. He might be a difference, but he's missing the first shot. He's not gonna miss the second one, and PW will stay his own life after this reload process. PW making a double kill afterwards, and another pick off at the pit with this confidence and this power up, and quad kill, and another highlight is going on for the Insilio side. Alright, we're still in the game. The last round of the first half. And who's gonna be the actual winner of that? Quite a less money to work with. 4 Tech Knights and Desert Eagle included. We have to anticipate something straight, but that's gonna be a lurker straight through the under. But will John 8 be in time to finish up the AI execution, or he will play as a truly lurker player position? He will wait till the mid rotation against this AI execution. Faded and Yura, trade by trade. The A side is not completely clean, but you have to clear it up just in a moment. And Sugar is going to be behind this ticket box and FPS, making another trade. And Faded also have something in common with that round, and that's gonna be the end of the first half. That was a beautiful half, I have to say that. Maybe Insilio team were struggling a bit for the 5 rounds in a row. That was a straight lose streak for their side, but anyways, they reached the goal with a 2 rounds difference win after that. And that's gonna be a good point anyways. And we are switching the sides, FLG on the left and Insilio on the right. Everything is correct. Let's move on. Faded, preparing this smoke towards... Is it for the con or jungle, guys? Just remind me that thing, because I forget about that, actually. And Salbi taking the first frag of the round onwards. Sugar, another trade for Yura. We are missing the rest of these frags, but I'm still waiting for the pick off from the pit, and Faded making a double kill there. Tech Nashi with the Jonate together 2x2, but Dul Biradas is not that easy to get that under control, and Takanashi nails that crack over the bomb carry, and bomb being dropped that deep, and Takanashi will take a double kill by the end, and the second piece round will be linked with the FLG this time, and that's gonna let them play more and more attractive by the city side on the start, but hopefully they're not gonna make kind of issues with their economy against the eco especially. You can check out the picks for the maps by the score comment onto the chat or hltv.org up to you at your servers, so make sure you know about that website. Yeah, looks like Pod is supposed to play because of the roster lock of the EPL, but you know, the next season will be different. Yura going with that French push against the Glocks, and 2 frags will be listed for him. Highness looks out for the mid time as well, and Sugar with an MP9. MP9 for him could let him take an extra frag over there. But Highness wasn't touched of that because... Alright, let me guess. Is there any spoilers in the chat? Alright, these guys not deserve to be there, so see you on the other stream, Mr. EG. The same for Yuri Towers as well. I'm not gonna give you a single chance after that. So make sure you read the chat rules before you say something, guys. I'm not gonna allow any kind of spoilers, bad behavior, or bad manners words to specific player or specific team, so be kind to each other. Let's make a great atmosphere around there. Let's enjoy the CS watching, and that's it. Why are everyone's chats getting deleted? Because they are starting to making some spoilers for bad manners words in order. And Salbi with the Yura also have something in their own order with the A side control. 3x2 trades, and Insilio, they are in trouble. And I think they did not anticipate the second player inside of the window. Yura making kill over FPS. Faded found that Takanashi behind the smoke inside of the jungle, but look at the bump position. Actual bump spot right now. Yura on top of the AD foot. John is looking for the CT area, and Yura making a little change of his own position. Alright, Mr. Pellman, I have to time out you for 10 minutes. It's just not about that, you know, but don't spread disinformation into the chat, please. So feed it. 20 seconds left. There is a bump in front of him, and he managed to spot the enemy inside of the pit. There is smoke on the side. Another pick up, and less than 10 seconds left, and Faded making that kill against Tura. Bomb on the Fnatic area again. Then Faded. Ooh, that was damn close. 8 HP left after that spray. That spray through the smoke, and John will nails that kill. Though 3 in a row. Quite similar to the start of the Insilio team over the first half though. Kinda the same for me, but the bomb has been planted, so that could make a buy. Maybe not the proper buy, but something around this for the Insilio team, and they really want to stick into that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they understand what's going on with the enemy side economy this time, so if Insilio could make a win with that buy, they will crush the enemy side economy so hard. Did you get over 30 kills in 1-2 rounds? What do you mean, mate? For the which guy do you have this handicap of the kills? Just let me know. Maybe I will say something about it that a team kill included. And the victory will be excluded for Insilio with that play. But at least they try to group up together with a slight split towards the A. But that was a chaotic round, you know. There was not planet at all. But it is what it is. So the next step, AWP appearance. And FPS will try to build something towards mid area, but alongside mid, I assure you there will be high pressure on by the FLG side too. They might remember the first half and how Insilio were thrive over there with a 3 or 4 man squad round by round. There was a huge an investment but advantage for the PW. What we have to say about the ASA control this time, Highness with the sugar, the 3/4. About a minute on the timer, a repick of a con by the Highness, and that's gonna be a double digits for the Insilio team for that moment. 2x time multiplier. Oh, will works out pretty well. And Takanashi trying to do that play through the window with the smoke fading up, but well, smoke was faded out, and he's gone as well. As we say in Russian, hit your allies to make enemies feel afraid, bro. That's kind of good sentence. And a good point for the vibe, so hopefully you're not gonna be sad with any of the way of the ending of this matchup. I hope so. And I assume that we might have about the 3 maps. Maybe it's just up to the Mirage, first of all. Maybe in terms of the winner for the first map, for the Insilio, they could go with the 2-0 and their Anubis map. As far as I remember, they have a pretty strong Anubis, but FLG, oh, I was take a look for that at the moment, and we're gonna take a look into that a bit later, but you know, it's not that promising. So if Mirage will goes to the Insilio side, we could anticipate 2-0 straight. This guy. Alright, the first time for the 10 minutes timeout. And the next one will be for the infinite period, you know. Alright, these guys also looks for the timeout. Yeah, that feels them maybe a bit confident about the spoilers into the chat and making us a bit mad because of this scores in advance. But you know, guys, I'm taking off that. I'm taking care of that, and they will be banned surely. No worries. And John, with no regrets, staying behind this triple box alongside the hay, and nobody was even trying to have him. And only afterwards, Sinus making that kill against the PW. But what about B-side control? And look at this positioning for Yura. He's gonna make that high, nice above, and the 3x3, 2x2. And then Insilio were trying to make this decent bait together. And that actually makes sense. Kinda that simple bait with the fake stabs. And the next guy was covering underpass this, yeah, leather, I mean. But that works out. And Insilio making this power play to reach that 99 score. Finally, they are back to the game 2 rounds in a row. And in terms of the economy side of the FLG this time, what do they have? They will have about 3.5k in total. Something is averaged by 2.6k for the each player, so it doesn't really make sense for that. Do you understand the absurd and the fun of the situation that the two teams from the Russia are playing against each other and you comment on English language? Because I have no rights to do that on the Russian language, so I think it's not that a really big deal to listen me on the English language because I'm not using that one of the highest rated English language so far. It's not like a British one. I'm just using maybe something about the mix of the American and the British language. So it's not that hard to understand, and Highness also includes that frag and opening up the round with more and more options to stay alive besides the A, but John and Tactical Nash also have some links with that round. And we are turning into the 2x2. But not for the long time since FPS in charge of that kill against the on top of the hatchet. Is it FLG speak? Surely, mate. You're definitely right, that's the Mirage map, the first map of Days Path 3 series, and the second map will be Mirage on the board. And maybe we will have a chance to move forward the third map, the Decider, and that's gonna be Nuke. You can check this out via the chat comments with the score meaning if you really want so. That's not that hard, so look at the pointers. For example, the first pointer is looking on the right, so the first map picked by the right-sided team, so that was FLG, and Anubis with the left pointer. So that means Insilio did pick up this map themselves. Alright, the mid-side for the Highness. Still in charge with his own teammate behind him. 120 on the timer and another extra aggressive play for Yura. Can you even imagine he's alone and alongside the A? Only the John 8 inside of the cone to help him hold this weight up. But how do you really want to interact with that in terms if Yura will be out of this round and Sugar nails the answer with a couple chaotic play towards the mid area, and meantime nobody with the A journey from the T-sided team was trying to interact with. I'm scared. I'm really scared of that play. Up to the 30 seconds left. this miss of the show will be a massive mistake. But it could happen to any one of you guys on the chat as well, so make sure that's the classic round situation when you're doing a classic mistake with yourself. And we are moving forward to the next round with the setup. But the two players, double X's, some utils. Maybe we would have another AWP appearance for the FPS this time. But do they really need that? To be honest, I don't really feel that AWP is that much important. And by the way, Paul over the first half was on the top of the leaderboard with a more than 100 ADR, and now he's not feeling that good, as you can see. That's not the proper way how you have to go up. And Paul with the Euron, we're trying to make more and more pressure on towards the mid area, and Salby eliminates Sugar outside of the A entrance, A pit, A ramp, you could call it whatever you want. And PW also calling that execution, but will he nail another frag? You have to spot, you have to discover the A side control before you're gonna force this long time rotation of his own team. And more than a minute left on the board, so it doesn't mean that you have to play that early. You can wait for the off picks, for the mistakes by the enemies, but I'm pretty sure FLG with the one-man advantage, they will try to play 2x2 onwards the side, and they will secure the win of their round pretty easy. Which team picked Mirage? You can check this out over the HLTV, but I will say it for the last time. Mirage picked by FLG, or you can check this out OVR. Score comment into the chat if you really want to. By the way, we are missing the frag. We were missing the frag of the A hold up, and another beautiful headshot. A massive short straight pick over his jungle, and John 8 from the pit was a bit faster against the RPS, but Paul continues this fight for the side, and bomb has been planted, so the time is playing for the attacker side team. DW, does he even know where is the bomb actually planted? I think he did that himself, so he has to, I mean, but, you know. Wow, maybe it's kinda like a miscommunication of this play, because Paul could know about this fake stuff with the defuse. Did John 8 make a second defuse fake inside of that smoke, guys? Because I'm not sure about that. I was thinking that Deep W sticking to the trouble with that gunfight 1v1, and afterwards Deep W have to say something about he's not even defusing. But if there was a second defuse with the fake style, then I have no question to that. Yeah, Bolt is playing, he's supposed to play because of the roster lock of the ECL, so it is what it is. Yura, making the first track of this attending towards the B and the attack 9 rush with a couple investments. And we are moving with a 4v2. And maybe Feda will take his own place with the markdown, with that lurking, entering, but he won't be with the bomb control anymore, since FPS been caged off this Kawi, and bomb carry is out of competition. 12-10 and FLG going with a 3 upper half. Yo, guys, could you please chill a bit? I'm not gonna allow any kind of bad behavior or hateful speech to specific player or specific team, so make sure you're not gonna say something bad. I could understand your jokes because I'm fluent in the Russian language as well, but you know, sometimes you're just breaking the rules and breaking this barrier of joke side, and be careful with that. For Yankees and Desert Eagle. Maybe last utils to work with, but in general, Takanashi is going in that close range with M4. And I'm pretty sure Insilio could anticipate it. They were using the same strategy inside of the first half, and now... Okay... That was the kill for the round, probably. Or not yet. Or not yet. I was a bit devastated after that pick-off together. I'm so scared of that play, and Insilio reached that chance. But they shouldn't lose those gunfights. Proper gunfights, 1v1 over and over. That's not look that confident, but their passion to clutch it out till the end. 2x2, that was a 4x3 after the tray was hit by. It was a good hit over the apps, and now Sugar in the 1x2 clutch with a less than 30 HP left, and look what are they doing. Sugar will take it by the time, or doesn't he? Oh, he will definitely do that. That was close, but again and again, I'm so scared of the Insilio plays with advantage. This following this roster for the long time. I was broadcast a lot of matchups over the 48 season of the ECL in Europe of the Insilio perspective, and now I'm just looking for the same issues with their own plays. Nothing being changed. That's pretty sad. So here we go. Less money for the FLG as well, but still a little trouble. A little error with the not a large amount of utils to play over the B, and that's gonna be a mistake. Yura missed the first shot, and Takanashi decided to play alone with himself because there was no more option to stay alive for the long time period rotation of his own mates. And now Sugar scoping in towards the short, he making that kill on that short alley, and another lurker is going on north sky. This kitchen, yeah, that's gonna be a mess for the Highness. It's a little nightmare, and that's gonna be an overtime series right here, right now. So that means we're gonna be that late for the last series for this evening. I mean, I was really aiming to cover the Foba versus Fireflux matchup tonight as well, but it seems we're not gonna have a right. We're not gonna be right in time of that. So we're gonna play up to the 4 rounds. Right? This is the overtime series, and the overtime with the pick-off of this short area. Yura not gonna miss this shot this time as well. So full focus mode activated. Nobody is playing alongside me this time by the city-sided team. We aggro play towards A pit, 3-man core towards B side instead, and the last information about the mid area though. Minute on the board. You have to decide where you wanna to step in. What's the plan? What's the strategy? You're boosting the guy inside of the window. You're also finishing off Sugar with not that proper timing, but at least he tried to sneaky beaky lag, and the Highness also nails that frag against PW, and it's already 2-5, guys. What's going on there? And how you wants to take that round? Ah, there is no option. This is not real. And Paul with a 20 HP left. He takes the first, he takes the second. But what about the time and what about the bomb control? There is nothing to say about that. Alright, there is no more spoilers inside of the chat, so I'm so happy about that. Keep going on, and another tactical timeout. And we have to recognize that Insilio. I'm not really remember that they did use their tactical timeout once for the main time of this first map. That's the point. You need some mods to deal with the chat, bro. I'm fine because usually I don't have that much haters inside of the chat, but it's just a specific of the matchup, you know. A lot of, I don't really want to say that, but a lot of fake fans of specific teams just come into the chat and starting to blame me or someone else. And that's a really mess, you know. And we don't have to deal with that, and I'm just insta-banning them for the infinite time, you know, permanent ban, but they're starting to do that with the new smooth accounts on the Twitch, and that's the problem. But the problem of this round was the issue. We found out the frag for the Insilio team. 4x4, and I was missing the open frag of the round, unfortunately. I'm so sorry, guys, for that, but I'm trying to interact with you as well into the chat, so I think you're also fine with that. If we're gonna miss a couple of the frags, not the rest. And look at this dude and Sugar making that red carpet towards the A. He's opening up the A side himself, but more and more stuff is happening. 2 more anchors from the B are being rotated, and PW does clean the side in the right in the proper way. The FPS taking care of jungle. Yura knocked down there. Takanashi using the smoke, defends the side, but he's not thinking about the extra clearance out of the ninja and another smoke to make a cross wheel. Highness 30 HP left. There could be sprayed through the smoke, and there is this bomb plant. Does anybody know where is it? And now 13-13, and the Insilio team still going with a positive vibe. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy the CS watching with me, but I'm not that irregular nowadays because I'm focusing on the deadlock so much. But still, sometimes I'm with you on the CS even so. Thank you for the kind of words. I remember the time when you comment with the Senya on the Russian language. Yeah, that was a golden time, golden period of my career, so I would agree with that. And there's something about the goal round by the Insilio team. They managed to strive over the mid, making their one-man advantage. So they have to keep it up. How do you know that I have a Russian accent? Sometimes people call me like in a French or even Turkish or Canadian or American accent, but why do you think that I have something about the Russian accent on the Russian, I mean on the English language? Of course in the Russian language I have too, but oh, FPS making a little bit drinking moment with this AWP pick off towards market. Beat it. In charge of this doors play. And now 4x2 become 3x2 after. And Sugar with Euro. Oh no, another miss on the shot. And 14 to 13. And that's in the Sans Irish, bro. I have a couple of mates from the Liquipedia in the Valorant section, and they never told me that I have something by the Irish side. But thank you, I appreciate it. It's that's really interesting to see. I was working with at least 14 languages in my career, and maybe I just contains everything from the each language. So sometimes you could hear a French accent, a Canadian accent, Turkish accent, Polish accent. I have the rest of the East Europe countries in my mind, and that's really hard sometimes to determine what kind of language do I use for. But you know, the language of the kills been used by the Insilio team over their round. They were interacting with the mid-side area since the start, and they were pretty successful with that attending. Ooh, a double pick off of the A balcony and only 2 players left. Oh, the timing was rough. And maybe another one, and another one, and another one. Listed for the Insilio, and the last player, staying alive, Takanashi against the world. And that's the point to pick off 2-1 finally. Insilio just finish up their own homework from the main time, and now they not even try to make an overconfidence pick 1 by 1 and settle up the win. The win condition for the first map finally. Maybe at least only 2 rounds left for the FLG to make another overtime series and try another chance to the win on their own map pick. But this time, 1 death and you're gonna be pulled out of the competition for the first map. And look how Salbi managed to force through that smoke, and Fitted also was aware about him. Did it. Still pushing up towards the mid with that great, beautiful attending towards the mid area. First of all, 5-3 on the start, and now 2 versus 2. I don't know what's actually going on there, but that's become more and more nightmare history. I beg you. And Sugar with a nade, and I think it could be the end of the first map, and Insilio will reach the goal. They will reach the target. The win on the enemies map pick, and now they will move forward to the second map with a bit more positive vibe and passion. You know, when you're starting to lead with a win on the enemies pick on your own turn, you have a little chill, and maybe they will be more comfortable